everybody, welcome back to Building SouthLake. I'm sorry if I blew out the mic a little bit there. So, I know it's been a while, or it's been basically a week since I've done SouthLake, and I kind of described this on my vlog the other day, but I also want to describe it in this video on why I didn't upload anything last week. And it's mainly just because, excuse me guys, mainly because I wasn't in the mood to build anything, and it's really hard to make a video on a city about building when you're not really in the mood to build. You know, it doesn't make for a good video. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I didn't have any good designs for new buildings, stuff like that. So I decided not to make a video that week. But luckily the house series that's been going on kind of filled in for it a little bit. I do know some people did miss SouthLake because people enjoy the series of seeing how the city progresses. But I decided not to do it last week, you know, kind of take a break. And basically all we're doing today is kind of work on this building that I said we'd finish up a while ago. Just because I need to finish this one. It's one of the better looking buildings on this map, especially when it comes to size. Then maybe in the next couple parts we might go back to working on the bank over there, which is actually looking pretty good. I'm actually really happy with how it looks. I'm not sure what I want to put around it yet. Now that's something I'm going to have to kind of decide. So I'm not sure what I want to do with that. And there's a lot of stuff I really want to do. It would have to depend on, you know, the space we have and what designs I can come up with. So, like we said, we're working on this building, and we'll talk about a couple of things. I mean, here and there. I'm sure there'll be a lot of, like, random conversations I'll have with you guys. One random conversation, I guess, if you want to put it random, was in my vlog. Now, I'm not sure how many of you that watch this video watched my vlog or not. So, I basically did a vlog on Monday, and I went over a giveaway opportunity for everybody to win a HD PVR2. Now, if you don't know what a HD PVR2 is, it's basically a game capture recording device, basically. It kind of records, not kind of, but it does record your, basically like your TV. It's basically what YouTubers use to record their screens. I know, and the reason I'm giving it away is I use Elgato's now because I think they're a little bit more reliable, and I think they're better when you're more experienced with it because it's really easy to use. It has some great features to it that not really any other game capture software or companies really have. So I think Elgato's a little bit better, but the HD PVR2 is easily just as good, if not just a little bit worse than the Elgato. Not by much though. They both have their ups and downs, but we're not here to, you know, to bash on the Hapog or do anything like that. We're just talking about it. And basically, like I said, it's basically just a game capture piece of hardware, basically, and it just records your TV, your PC, whatever you want to hook it up to, it will record that. And the reason I'm giving it away is, like I said, I use Elgato's now. I have a couple of them, and so I don't really use my HD PVR2 anymore. So I figured, hey, why not give it away on my channel, because I understand that a lot of people want to start up videos, but sometimes they don't have all the materials to do so, which is really hard to do because some of the stuff is not cheap. For example, the HD PVR2 that I'm giving away when it was brand new was worth $200, around there, like $180. So it's definitely pretty expensive, but it's definitely worth the money because if you do want to start off a channel and, you know, get quality videos with good viewers, you want HD. And these days HD is kind of just the normal at this point. I remember before, you know, people were okay with, you know, the standard definition and stuff like that. But as of today, I would probably say 90% of people definitely want HD. It's just what they're used to. They feel like if they're watching something in HD with the channel they like, it's worth more, like, of your time. You know, you feel like they're putting more of the effort and the money into making good videos, which is something that, again, not everybody has the opportunity to do. And so I figured, hey, I'm not using this anymore. I'm going to give it away to a fan. Now, if you didn't watch the vlog, the way to win this, or get entered in to win this Hapog HD PVR2, is basically I have a second YouTube channel with Weeby Stranger, which I'm sure you guys know if you watched my channel before. And what we're doing is basically we're making it to where if you go subscribe to our second channel, you're automatically entered into winning this capture device. Now, I know a lot of people might be saying, well, you're just doing this to gain subscribers. You're doing it just so you can get, you know, like I just said, more subscribers on your second channel. Now, I've never lied to you guys, and yes, that is very true. It is, a opportunity to get more fans on my second channel. But at the same time, it's also showing you guys that I do have a second channel, and it's not just because of getting subscribers. Now, yes, that is one reason, but the other reasons is it shows you who your true fans are, the ones who truly watch your videos, you know. And ever since I introduced my second channel, I had, I think, 700 subscribers on it, which isn't as much as this one, not even close, but it's still, I greatly appreciate it. I feel like those are 700 great fans. Now, obviously, I know I have more than 700 great fans, but just those people, you know, they subscribe right away. I really appreciate it. And this is kind of, because some people don't watch every single one of my videos. So you might watch this video, but you didn't watch the vlog. Or you might watch this video and not, you know, SouthLake episode 23. You know, stuff like that. Not everybody watches every video. And so, not everybody's going to know about my second channel. And this was probably the best way to introduce it to you guys. And it's mainly because I play other games on that channel. I feel like you can see more of my personality. We do face cams. We do different stuff along those lines because it's a little bit easier for us, you know. I mean, Minecraft, don't get me wrong, is a amazing game, but when I compare it to other games and, you know, humor aspect, there's not as much you can really do with the humor aspect of, what am I thinking of? The humor aspect of Minecraft, because as you guys know, I'm more of a tutorial person, which is kind of something that I kind of dug myself into that hole. Now, I don't mind being a tutorial person, but at the same time, I wish I kind of wasn't at the same time, because people only want tutorials sometimes. But I mean, we can talk about that later. And so it's really hard to be entertaining during tutorials, you know, because they are tutorials. You're trying to describe everything that you're doing, so there's not really any room for, you know, conversations like this. You don't really get to see me laugh all too much. And that's kind of what the second channel is for. It's kind of for, you can see, oh, my phone just fell. Sorry if you guys heard that. And it's mainly for, you guys can finally see like the true me when I'm playing video games. You can see the other games that I play. And also, it gives me a chance to play with more of you outside of Minecraft. Because I understand a lot of people have GTA, which we are actually going to be opening up our crew on GTA soon for anybody to join, so we can start recording with our, you know, our fans and stuff, which will be awesome. I've actually always wanted to do GTA, like live streaming, stuff like that. So that will come out at some point. Let's see, what else was I trying to talk about? But yeah, so it kind of introduces you guys to more of my personality outside of Minecraft, outside of tutorials, and more when I'm playing games with my friends. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that series and that channel, because I think it's a little bit more fun based. This one's more, you know, showing you guys how to do different stuff, being more on the creative side, where these other games and my other channel is all about more funny content, I guess might be the best way to put it. Now, it's only funny if you guys think it is. I'm not going to judge if my content's funny. I'm leaving that up to you guys. I do think it's funny. But again, I'm going to leave that up to you guys to decide. I'm not going to, you know, hype it up like, wow, this is the best video I've ever made, blah, blah, blah. It's so funny. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make the video, edit, and put it out. And hopefully the people that watch it like it and want more stuff like it. So that's basically like what the whole point is. Now, so going back to kind of like the Hapog HTTP VR2, that's basically like what this video is going to be about. He's talking about like, you know, hardware setup and stuff like that. Because like I mentioned earlier, not everybody can afford to, you know, go drop $200 on a recording hardware. And it's not just the hardware that you need. You also need a good mic. You need software to edit and stuff like that. Now, all this stuff comes with time. Now, my best example is I didn't used to record with HD software. I used to only record with, you know, what was it called? It was like a Dazzle, I think is what it was called. Now that was standard definition. Now back then, I'm like, when I say back then, I feel like I'm really old. But basically it was, you know, kind of normal at that time. YouTube, like the amount of YouTubers hasn't taken off as much as it has been in the past couple years. And, you know, I didn't get really many views. I mean, I had maybe, I think 1,000 subscribers on my channel back then. And some of my videos were even uploaded, you know, with my camera pointing at the TV. Now, that's not, like, if you want viewers, that's definitely not the way to go anymore. It's just, people don't like it. They want to fully see the video that you're trying to upload and stuff like that. Oop, I need to get rid of these. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So yeah, I think it's kind of the normal that you kind of have to go with HD. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? Yeah, so a lot of people ask me, like, how do I start off a YouTube channel, stuff like that. How do I set up my stuff? Now, I've been considering doing a setup video because ever since I uploaded that vlog, a lot of people have been, saying in the comments, like, I've always wanted to start up this, my own channel, but I don't have the money to do it, like we talked about earlier. And I don't think a lot of people know, like, the proper setup, which, now, my setup, I think it's good for me, but it might not be good for you. It's basically just all on preference, stuff like that, and how much money you really want to put into, your recording hardware. And I might do a setup tutorial, like what I do to record, the day-to-day recording, aspect of things, because I think some people would definitely benefit from it, and maybe even if you don't benefit from it, it's just nice to see, like, the behind the scenes a little bit, how I do my videos, how I record them, stuff like that. Because my setup is pretty, like, I have a pretty outstanding, like, I don't even want to say outstanding, but a very complicated setup. Like, that might be the best way to put it. I can't think of a good word for it at the moment. But I have quite a bit of stuff that, not everybody would need. I have some extra stuff that not everybody would have. Stuff like that that I've bought over time. And the main thing is, you don't have to start off with a $400 mic. You don't have to start off with, the best capturing software in the world and stuff like that. And some people can afford that, but like the way I started off my channel, if you go back and watch, I'm sure you guys have seen this video. It was a let's build a small modern mansion or modern house. Now, that's my most popular video, which most of you guys have probably seen. It has 4 million views at this point. And if you look at the quality of my old videos, the humor, the enthusiasm that I put into the videos now, compared to back then, there's a big difference. Now, again, a lot of that comes with time, maturing. Like, for example, I used to cuss a ton in my older videos, but then I realized, hey, I have a younger audience sometimes, and it's not always good to cuss. I mean, it just gets annoying. I realized that, so I changed. And so I think if I go back and watch some of my old videos, I've changed for the better. I've kind of adapted to, like, what my fans want, the age of my fans, stuff like that, because, again, if you're cussing all the time, it's not really, it just gets annoying. It's really, like, there's no need for it. And so that's something I've changed. And also, like, not even just that, like, my personality, but the mic that I use to record now is different. The game capture software I use is different. So you don't have to get all of the stuff right away. Now, if you can't afford it to get it right away, fantastic. But 99% of people won't be able to do that unless they've been saving up for a while. So, start off small with, the basics. Like, get, like, a basic mic that will be good for your audio, and get the HD capture card. And then after you've grown your channel, after you've done all of this, you can work your way up to building and getting better stuff. Materials like, a better mic. The mic I use is called for some reason, a Yeti Pro. And it's by Blue Microphones. Now, here pretty soon, I actually want to get a new mic because, I love my Yeti Pro. It has great quality. And it has amazing reviews. Like, if you go on, just and type in Blue Yeti Pro microphone, it has really good reviews. Now, only problem I've run into with it is it's such a big microphone that you can't really hang it from a stand unless it's, like, hanging straight down. And I want a smaller mic that takes up a little bit less space, because this thing is huge. I mean, it's a monster of a microphone. But like I said, the quality is great. There's a lot of stuff I like about it. But at some point, I do want to get a better mic for myself that will work better with, solo commentaries, along with, when I recorded with Weeby Stranger, and for my second channel as well, trying to up the quality of that channel. as well, not just one channel but both. So, you know, I'm still growing, I'm still, you know, buying better stuff. So don't think if you want to start your channel, you have to start off with the best stuff in the world, because that's definitely not true. You don't have to. If you just start off with the basics, you can work your way up from there. Nobody says you have to start from the very best, and then, because one, if you buy the very best stuff, yeah, you might have it for a while, but you know, that's going to cost you around probably $1,000 if you want a lot of good stuff. So, you know, because you need a computer to run all of your stuff steadily, because one of your biggest things will be exporting videos, and can your computer handle that? Because I've gone through probably 3 desktop computers while recording, because I used to record with the laptop, but the laptop does not have the capability of recording and, you know, processing stuff as a desktop. The desktop obviously has more power, it's bigger, and has the power to do it. But again, a desktop, if you want a good one, will cost you around $400. And that's for a cheap one. So if you want a computer that's going to run and render things very fast, and it's not going to eat up too much memory when you're exporting and still recording, you know, you're going to need a really powerful computer for that. So also keep that in mind. So I know I'm kind of like rambling on about a lot of different stuff right now when it comes to recording software, stuff like that. But it's definitely just something that people, I think, have been asking for ever since I've uploaded that vlog. People are just really, you know, they want to start their channel, and hopefully this video will kind of help you, like help motivate you a little bit, let you know like where you might want to start off. Now again, I might, you know, do a video very soon about how to record your software, or like how to record everything, my setup, and maybe you can try to do something similar, if not exactly like it, to make your life a little bit easier. So we're just about done with this building. We've talked about a lot of stuff when it comes to, you know, a channel and growing and stuff like that. And one more thing is, this is almost a question I get tons of times during a week, and that is, how do you grow so fast, or how do you get so many subscribers on your channel? Now, this is a really tricky question for any YouTuber, really, because one, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, this might not be for other, you know, YouTubers and stuff, but in my opinion, it's all about timing. You know, when I started my channel, Minecraft just came out for the Xbox 360, and now I never played Minecraft before, and it just came out, and that's when I started making my videos, and that's when, you know, people wanted to know how to build stuff. They were new to Minecraft just like me, so, you know, it's a good timing thing for me, but it's really all about timing. I guarantee if I started my channel now doing the exact same stuff, I wouldn't have as many subscribers, you know? So again, all about timing, in my opinion. It's just, things come with time, and probably the most thing, like any YouTuber will probably tell you this, if you want to grow your channel, keep making content, because the less content you have, the less opportunity you have of being found, and vice versa. If you have more content, the easier, like, it's a lot easier for people to find you. So it's basically all about content, you know, playing with your fans, which is not always easy, because it's a lot of, you know, trial and error when it comes to that, which that's something I've always had a hard time with, if I'm being honest. And that's playing with you guys, because in Minecraft, I like building by myself. I like doing stuff solo, but on my second channel, I could probably, you know, play with you guys a lot more, because I'm playing other games and we're trying to make it fun for you guys to watch. And we both feel, Weeby Stranger and I, we both feel like, you know, if we involve you guys will enjoy it a little bit more, you know? If we don't involve you guys, you might think it's like, oh, okay, just another video. So I want to try to involve you guys. I need to add a thing over there, a fence. So definitely playing with your fans is definitely, you know, it can be tricky on depending on the game you're playing, but it definitely is a necessary thing that you have to do if you want to play with your fans and, you know, grow an attachment with them. And I would probably say the YouTuber I know that's best for doing that is Big B Stats. I've talked to him, I've done videos with him. Fantastic YouTuber. He plays with his fans all the time, which is great. I wish I could do that. I wish I had the time. And that's part of the reason why I kind of got rid of the house series for a little bit, because people, I wanted to play with more subscribers, stuff like that. you know, bring you guys into more videos. Now, like, a lot of my times, I'm actually leaving my game on open so I can talk with you guys. My parties have been on open. So, you know, there's plenty of opportunity for you guys to talk to me. And if you do go subscribe to my second channel and you have, you know, these games that you want us to play with you, you know, just let us know, because we're open to play any game. If we have it, we can go play it right away. If we don't, we might have to wait a little bit. But we're open to playing any game and trying it out, because you know what? If you don't try it out, you can't judge it, because you might say, well, this game sucks, but if you don't play it, how do you know? You can't take somebody's judgment for it, because your judgment's going to be different than theirs. So, you know, a lot of different stuff. I found a lot of my opinions around in this video. And we're just going to lay out, might finish this road next part. I need to work on some of the roads around here, because we're finally adding more buildings, so that means adding more roads. Yay! Roads are the most fun thing to do in a city. Which I still need to add how to start off a city into a tutorial. So I might record that today as well. So, bye-bye guys. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry that this video came out one day too late, but hopefully you guys don't mind too much. So, bye-bye guys. Thank you for watching.